Alex here from Austin, Texas in the USA. I head up the global employer and branding function at GoDaddy.com. And I got there initially starting out 6 years ago at Autotrader.com and Cox Enterprises over there in the States. So I think the key things are getting stories that are truly authentic and really they relate to the people that you're working with. It can't be manufactured, and I think that's something that may be lost in other people who are just getting into the space. You can't create that out of nowhere. You need to go out there and reach out to your teammates who are willing to share that and find the advocates who can give you those stories that you can then post organically and then amplify on a paid level. You have to have a plan with what you're doing, not just being reactive and just honestly creating crap out of nowhere. Got to be very intentional with what you're doing. So, whether it be focusing on locations or different teams or individual positions that you're hiring for, like focus on that. Or if also, because the big thing that we have at GoDaddy is we believe that, when we say you belong here with you for who you are. You don't need to change. But also if you have a side hustle, you can bring that side hustle there. We encourage you to do that. So series that focus like that, or if you look at like employee spotlights, team spotlights, I just think there's so many avenues there to tell these stories. People are just, they're not looking there. They're more focused on like the bottom funnel, get someone okay, now hiring, join us now versus top of funnel. That's where you're really building everything, gathering those stories and attracting your audience. The easy things are okay if it is, for example, Pride Month here recently in June. All right, let's look at, employees who are part of certain ERGs if you have them. Reach out to them, create those stories, those videos, blogs, and then amplify that organically, pop that into your content calendar on your social platforms, and then amplify that on a paid level. Get that going too. But also the next level is making that into or using that within employee advocacy. And by that, I mean, okay, if you have Bamboo, Everyone's Social, or you can get as basic as using Outlook, a Teams channel, a Slack channel, have them amplify that message, and you're good to go. We had a story early on when I joined GoDaddy last year, and it was an individual who started up their own organization to help out their son that had autism. And, I saw an opportunity where, okay, hey, we allow people to do their side hustles. They're doing this amazing thing that is not just, okay, running like a pub on the side or a marketing firm, right? They're doing something impactful that is impacting them and others. So I was reaching out to them saying, hey, if you're okay with this, we'd love to, feature your story, amplify that. And this is where my mindset's going to be. And it, it worked out. It was the first of many, but proud we did that. Yeah, we did, looking at, okay, how much traction were we getting from the blog now? Mind you, it was early on, so it was like we had a couple followers. I'm not saying, in the thousands or anything, but just that, and then how people would reference that and just other campaigns or just what they felt the brand was in terms of relation to them in their personal journey when they were going through the interview process. No, it wasn't a refresh. So we had a phenomenal team that I joined. Eventually we just everybody had different career aspirations and went elsewhere. But I saw different messages that we were using, and what stood out to me was, okay, we weren't building out the EVP, so I need something out there that's consistent where I can refresh the graphics. So not refresh the EVP at the time, but the graphics, the story we're sharing, and what I landed on was what the team had already created. You belong here. I felt that just worked well with with the audience we were looking to attract. So the whole, and I hate to reference the whole give and get approach because was featured in there, but we want to give them that approach where, hey, you belong here, and what they get in return is they can truly be themselves. Yeah, we're able to from using that, right, we were able to look at, okay, because we didn't have a blog before we we landed on that. We didn't have these different stories that we could amplify because it was more of name recognition. We had great creative talent, great graphics, videos that were done. But what does everyone know about GoDaddy? They know about the consumer side, nothing about the employer brand. So taking that from there and then diving into each individual market. Because I had the fun fun job. And, I guess I was crazy enough to join from the US, but my goal was to really build the brand in EMEA. So it was working with my teammates in Romania, Belgrade, Serbia, Bulgaria, here in the UK, and then as well as the other individuals, when I had time to in the US to find out those different stories and explain where my approach was and create those new stories. Well, I wouldn't say create, but help share their stories for them. You only know what you know. Don't be afraid to reach out to your stakeholders. Like someone like myself, I may have been in the space for 6 years, right? But I may know what works and what does not work, but they're gonna tell me something different. And something different that I found was unique is the assumption is, okay, we go to Romania. Romanian has to be the main language for the ads, or Serbian. It was far from the truth. It was, okay, listen, if companies do that, they're looked down upon. So they don't value that brand. They value the ones who go English first, and then in the videos, they speak the local language. Gosh, I think there's always challenges because while we as a company at GoDaddy have a very strong remote first approach, we have remote, hybrid, and then some in office. It's okay, the market's changing. People are still going back and forth, and how do we ensure that we're being truthful to ourselves and not be swayed by what other companies are doing? I think that's something that everybody is going to struggle with. Be true to yourself, true and authentic. Go off your own lived experiences from you and your employees and what your values are about. You can't be something that you're not. People will see right through it. Leave no stone unturned. I would say there's tons of quick wins you can have. I've done that as a full-time employee, as a consultant as well. There are so many ways you can just weave in your employer brand along the candidate experience, your social platforms, ways that people are just, sharing your message out there. I would say don't limit yourself to just like a Facebook or Instagram. There's a whole lot more out there than that. It can't be done in one day, right? But you take your time and build it out slowly, it'll happen.